Coming up on CTV Sports, just 2 months after he transferred to CSU, one basketball player is leaving.
And it's our last show of the semester. We ranked the top 11 CSU sports moments of the year.
Plus, you won't want to miss a conglomeration of some of our biggest flubs on camera. We've got our favorite bloopers of the year, all of this and more coming up on CTV Sports. Good evening and thanks for watching CTV Sports. I'm Steven Starcer.
And I'm Travis Green. If you're watching us live instead of watching the Avalanche's playoff game, we thank you, but also question your judgment.
But don't worry, we do have a great show for you tonight. Shane Bohannon's CSU career lasted a whopping 0 practices. Today, the former McDonald's All-American has decided to end his collegiate career and enter the NBA draft. In December, Bohannon was dismissed from the reigning national championship Louisville team for violating team policy, according to the Cardinal Athletics. Shortly after, he decided to transfer to CSU, but now he is an NBA draft-bound product. Bohannon released a statement on Twitter earlier today saying, quote, "I want to thank my family, friends, U of L staff, CSU staff, and everyone involved in this process and that has supported me along my journey." Travis, players are dropping like flies right now from the men's basketball team.
Yeah, it seems like every week we have a player leaving, but there is ups and downs to this, to losing Bohannon. Yeah. Upside is he was going to be eligible to play in December, so there's no player that'll lose a starting spot, so chemistry won't get messed up. The downside, however, he was an All-American player, absolute stud, and he also won a national championship with Louisville, so we're losing a player that's been there and done what the Rams hope to do.
Exactly. He's just another big body that the Rams could throw down low, help them out in the post. With Marcus Holt leaving, really lacking depth down there in the post. But I'm still excited to see what this Rams team can do. Hopefully the chemistry will remain solid now without the transfer coming in.
Absolutely. A CSU gunslinger is left in a sling. Senior quarterback Garrett Grayson injured his clavicle while moving a couch on Friday, according to CSU Athletics. The injury did require surgery, but the team expects Grayson to make a full recovery by the time summer workouts begin. Headed into his senior season, Grayson needs 1,959 yards to become the all-time CSU career passing leader. Hopefully next time American Furniture Warehouse's Jake Jabs will throw in a free moving and delivery.
The track and field team had another successful weekend here in Fort Collins. The CSU Rams won the Jack Christensen Invitational Saturday, and once again, Jessica Charbonneau took first place in both the shot put and the discus. Charbonneau said she hopes to rest up before the Rams' next competition.
I'm kind of looking forward to a week off just to kind of rest. I've been really swamped with schoolwork and all of my other commitments and on top of track. So a week of rest right before we kill it at conference I think is going to be really beneficial.
And in the men's 110-meter hurdles, CSU's Trevor Brown tied the Mountain West record he set in California last week by once again running a time of 13.64 seconds in the event where he now ranks 8th nationally. Brown said tying his personal best was a confidence booster.
And reassurance that, that one time wasn't just a one-time thing. I can repeat it, so it's like legit. So it feels good to do that again.
Trevor Brown was also a part of the 4x400 meter relay that broke a 38-year-old school record. They finished with a time of 3 minutes and 10.48 seconds. We're going to take a quick break now, but we'll be back with Keith Albertson to give a season recap of CSU athletics.
We've ranked CTV11's top 11 sports moments of the year, and you won't want to miss it.
Don't go away.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. We're now joined by the one and only Keith Albertson. Keith, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was just watching the Avs game. Unfortunately, they're down 2-1 after the first period, but I'm not here to talk about hockey. We're going to recap the entire year in CSU sports.
We rank CTV11's top 11 moments of the year, and we have 8 months of sports to go through. So without further ado, let's get this thing started.
Absolutely, guys. This is the top CSU sports moments. And we take a look at number 11. We've got the Alabama football game. Now, it's a little weird to pick a game where CSU lost, but anybody who watched this game will notice that it wasn't really a loss. The Rams were 1-2 heading into this game. There was not much hope on the road against the #1 team in the nation, but the Rams came out hard, especially defensively. They came out very strong. They were down only 11 points headed into the fourth quarter, and they had the ball. Big opportunity for the Rams, and let's take a look at what Nick Saban had to say after the game. Not a happy guy.
We want to be able to go dictate with our intensity, sense of urgency, preparation, everything that we have to do so that we can be more dominant and more consistent in a game. And I don't think we did that tonight.
Now, guys, I get a little bubbly inside whenever I see that man really angry, especially when it's at the fault of CSU. So I think that's a victory in itself.
Oh, definite victory. Around campus, the feeling was that the Rams were going to get rolled in this one, and they hung in there. They had a chance to pull off the victory, but they wound up losing, but it was a definite win in the Rams' books.
Actually outscored the #1 team in the nation on the road 6-0 in that third quarter. Phenomenal for them to stick in there and be that close all the way to the end.
We won a quarter.
And the number 10 moment of our season here is Daniel Bejarano. You better call him to clean your sink because he says, Drano, the three-pointer against the Falcons. Look at Bejarano in slow motion, the hand in his face, and just drains it. What a shot.
Absolutely nasty.
What a shot.
And, on the road at the end of the half, getting all that momentum into halftime against a rival in Air Force.
And a lot of people didn't know this. Before that shot, Bejarano was around 0 for 9. He could have made a shot the whole game and then came up with that huge clutch three.
Whenever people think of Daniel Bejarano, you just think of him being a freak athlete, and he showed it right there, elevating on the three-point shot. Defender did about all that he could do, and Bejarano still knocked it down.
Definitely. And let's take a look at the number 9 moment in CSU athletics this year.
This one's going to be Capri Bibbs taking on the New Mexico Lobos down in Albuquerque, just running through defender after defender, crossing the end zone. We're going to run this one back one more time. Everyone in red, get out of the way. Capri Bibbs just bulldozing his way through the defenders. That run right there just kind of epitomized what his season was for CSU this year.
Oh, absolutely. Bowling him over. 5 defenders on his way to the end zone, 19-yard rushing touchdown. And not only that, but that was one of 6 touchdowns he had in that game.
It was definitely his day out there.
Impressive. And as we look at the number 8 play, hard to believe there are 8 plays that top that for CSU. But this one, I guess, is the moment, the collective plays that took us to a victory over Wyoming. Not just a victory either. We won 52-11 in this game. Absolutely incredible. Rams went in up to Laramie as the underdogs, but they just fought hard and took home the bronze boot for the first time since 2008. And I know Coach Jim McElwain was just as shocked as we were that the Rams were able to take home the bronze boot.
I didn't know if we were going to show up and come out of the locker room at halftime, but we kind of did. That was a good deal.
Were you surprised by that?
I was stunned.
Was there anything
There's no historical precedence that said we were able to do that, right?
And guys, the Rams scoring 52 points in this game. That's the highest points in a game that the Rams scored since 1922.
In the bowl game.
In the bowl game.
Yeah, they just were pounding the scoreboard all season.
Yeah, give a ton of credit to Weston Richburg and all those seniors on that team bringing the boot back to Fort Collins where it belongs. Go ahead and move on to number 7 now of our greatest moments of CSU athletics this year. CSU women's head volleyball coach Tom Hilbert winning his 600th career game, or match I should say, at Moby Arena. Fans were there packing the house. Players came out and dominated the match for him. Just phenomenal to see Coach Hilbert go out there and get the victory. He's been so great for this program. Let's hear what he had to say after that phenomenal victory.
I'm fortunate as hell to have this job. It's a job that lots of people just dream about having. And I have 600 wins because I've been pretty consistently good over the past 20-some years. But I've been a coach all that time, you know what I mean? And I got to do a really cool job. And that's what 600 to me means.
Guys, you just hear it from Coach Hilbert there. One of the most humble coaches that you'll see to go and be around. Just phenomenal. He gives, cares so much about this women's volleyball program and where he's been able to build it up. And, he gives all the credit to his players, but he definitely deserves a lot of that himself.
Absolutely. 600 wins and a 770 career winning percentage. That's great to see him giving the players the credit when he could obviously take the credit himself.
Yeah, and definitely a phenomenal season by that women's volleyball team. We'll see them a little bit later. But as we go to number 6 on the top moments
Number 6 on this moment, we're back at the Air Force game, and look at the delicious dime from Dwight Smith. Wow. You got to love the dunks. Jerson said, look at that in slow motion, just feeding it with the easy dunk from Jerson, who finishes it nicely.
Ooh. Slams it home again. This is back in that Air Force game where the Rams were able to get the win. Swept Air Force, beat them at home, beat them on the road, and it's from plays from Daniel Bejarano and Jerson Santo just like that. Enough to make this list of the top 11 moments of CSU this year. And as we take a look at number 5, we're going to go ahead and look at this one. This one is an absolutely incredible play. Just an ordinary field goal, 41 yards deep. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Oh, wait. This was enough to give the Rams the victory in the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. Rams had very little playoff experience. Nobody on the team had played because the Rams hadn't made a bowl game since 2008. But just a tremendous player gets up there, and Coach McElwain, he has everything to say about this guy, Kicker.
Jim, do you think it's about time to start calling Kicker by his name?
Kicker. You know what? He tried to miss that son of a gun. You know, he didn't quite put it right down the middle, so we'll have to talk about that in the postseason wrap-up. But, you know, Kicker, you know, he's been big for us, and that, you know, there was no doubt, you know, in that situation, you know, you got total confidence in the guy. And you know, the wind was behind him. We are at elevation. He did his job.
So Coach Mack, guys, isn't one to give Jared Roberts all the credit that he deserves, but Jared Roberts just a tremendous kick under pressure to win that game, 48-45. What a phenomenal bowl game. We'll definitely see more from that.
Yeah, and you know what, Keith, most people would be nervous in that kind of situation, but not Jared Roberts. Just phenomenal, the ice in his veins that he has to step in those situations and get the job done. And believe it or not, we actually have 4 more moments that top that one. We'll take a look at moment number 4 right here. This is between 2 teams on the women's side. CSU women's volleyball came out of the gates and won 27 straight matches to set a school record. They had a phenomenal regular season, finished out 28-1 overall. Just a fantastic year for them. And then on the women's basketball side, this team had 2 long win streaks on the season. The second one, the longer one right here, of 10 straight games won in a row. This team went on to win the regular season title in the Mountain West. Congratulations to both of these teams. They did a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
Definitely set the bar high for women's sports here at CSU for next season. There might be more pressure because of how well they played this year.
Right.
Definitely. And we got 3 more plays better than that. Let's look at the number 3 moment.
3, we're back at the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl, and it's big fumbles coming up in this game, guys. Shaq Barrett getting the fumble here, just huge for the Rams. And then on the kickoff, leading to the field goal, we already saw the forced fumble here, giving the Rams the championship of the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl.
Oh, look at this. Just punches it out right there. This was clutch. We got 50 seconds left in the game, 45-45, and that right there led to the game-winning field goal. It's absolutely tremendous, and this leads us perfectly into the next play, the number 2 play of the entire year, and that is the 2-point conversion that was, you know, started by that first fumble. Here we go to tie it up. Oh, did he get in? The ref said no initially. Donnell Alexander striding on the 2-point conversion to tie it up with 50 seconds to go. You take another look just inside the pylon. An absolutely phenomenal play that just capped off the comeback. 45-45. Jared Roberts finishes it. This bowl game was incredible, and Coach McElwain absolutely thrilled to be a part of it.
They're champion of the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. And last time I checked, there's only one of those. And I'm proud of them.
And as the man we just saw talking there, you got to give a lot of credit to Coach Mack. The team was down. It didn't look like the Rams had a chance to come back and win this one. And every play he called seemed to work out perfectly.
Just another moment in sports history that teaches you to play to the last whistle.
Mm-hmm. We still got one play better than that. Not one play, but a series of plays. This one is a shout-out to Capri Bibbs and his incredible season.
Started off right here in the Rocky Mountain Showdown in front of 60,000-plus fans, getting the end zone twice, and he just blossomed from there on the season. Ran harder with every opportunity that the Rams gave him, and he just continued to find the end zone as the season went forward.
Oh, as we're seeing, it started in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Bibbs, not a name people knew heading into this season, and he's a household name in Fort Collins now and a potential NFL prospect.
Yeah, exactly. 31 touchdowns. You get the list of guys who have rushed for 30 touchdowns going into this season, and you've got Barry Sanders and Monty Ball. Now, Monty Ball's got a career ahead of him, and the last time I checked, Barry Sanders put up some decent statistics of his own. So Capri three bibs entering the NFL draft. Here's to hoping that he finds a lot of success in the NFL. And that's our number one play. And now it's time for our final commercial break of the semester.
Stick around and you'll be rewarded with some of our blunders from the year.
Stay tuned.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
All right, so we just got to let me know, oh, we're on? Okay. It's not easy being on camera. The nerves can pile up, and you're under constant scrutiny. Here are some of our biggest gaffes of the semester that were caught on tape. And here reporting live, not live.
Steven Starcer here reporting with Keith Albertson. We're live from the pit in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
We're not live.
Okay.
Reporting for you live from Colorado. Why do I keep saying live?
Rude. We're live, man. We can't have anything going wrong. We can edit this out later, right? Oh, we are recording. Wait, actually, let's just wing it, okay?
Hi, Steven Starcer here. Don't say hi. Hi. Hi, Steven Starcer here along with Keith Albertson.
On camera dance party?
Yeah, baby. What up, sunshine? What a remarkable end to the Gildan. Is that how it's pronounced?
The team out-rebounded Air Force by around 33? 33?
Was they 40? What was the final score?
So, Steven, you got to be happy with the way. So, Steven, you got to be happy with the way that right? Water. Does anybody have any water? The Lobos made some free throws. But what do you think about these? This
one's a true heartbreaker for the Whams. The Whams?
Wait for this guy's creaky car to go by.
What the hell is wrong with your car, sir? Why are you so much taller than me? Now the Rams haven't made a bowl game since 2008.
And the woman. And oh no, it fell apart.
Message loopholes to bring to ESPN. The team that I'm picking today.
Now I'm just psyching myself out.
Hair flip.
Thanks, construction.
Yeah, we'll blame construction on that one.
All right.
The Rams came out sluggish in this one, but were lucky to only be trailing 3 at halftime after turning the ball over 14 times in the first half.
See what happened was,
yeah. We'll bring in our expert, Quentin Sycophus.
But we lost.
They came out in the second half strong, though, and were able to fight their way back, get a big lead, and get their second win of the season against the Air Force Falcons.
Huge measuring stick match tonight. Oh, match. Why did I say match? It's a game. God, that was such a great start, and then I froze. We'll talk about practice.
That it was going to be a tough matchup for the Rams.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm glad you owned up to that, because it was definitely your fault.
Without that out, Keith. Oh my God, I'm fumbling right now. Here you go.
Folks at home, you've got to really be happy with the way that the Rams came out of halftime.
Steven Starcer here with Keith Albertson. Dude, I just said my name. Why are you laughing? Jesus Christ. Keith, this team came out and they didn't allow Alabama to score at all in that third quarter.
Why are you laughing?
I wasn't laughing. I was smiling. I was happy. The Rams here taking on the Gonzaga. What are you smiling at? Take two.
Take two. How you doing, Freddie?
Freddie the Bulldog.
Take 37. Steven here keeps, getting all critical when I screw up. Take 93.
Yep. I'm gonna have to redo that. That was bad.
I'm sorry. How much of your life have you wasted just watching me fail? Too much of it. So obviously, you guys, we've had a ton of fun throughout this entire year. A little bit sad to just find out that it's all done and this is our last show of the semester.
Absolutely. It's just been a blast this whole season, and as you can see, it's not as easy as it looks. You fumble up a lot of times, and you never know what you're going to say sometimes.
Definitely not the easiest thing to do. This is my last show. Just like to thank Keith, Travis for being up here with me. Everyone who helps production, behind the scenes in the camera, back in the control room. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. You made it special for me.
Yeah, and that is all the time that we have for you tonight.
We're all wrapped up for the semester, but we'll be back on air the Monday after the Rocky Mountain Showdown in August. Until then, have a wonderful summer.
Yeah, and I'd like to thank our viewers, Mom and Dad. I really appreciate that you both watch. And, our seniors. Steven, we're going to miss you, big guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the work that you put in on
Thank
all
you,
your help,
Steven.
and all of the seniors and everybody that has helped up with everything on this show. Thank you all.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.